Statman, on a level, you could be the greatest individual in football history.
We are back with another video. Listen, man, this is Manchester United for you. Another day, more drama. Cristiano Ronaldo interview yesterday, or the glimpses of the interview that's going to come out on Wednesday and Thursday. I'll say it's interesting. That's all I'm going to say. And we'll discuss it. But listen, hope everyone's good in it. Make sure you guys like the video, comment your thoughts on the situation, and subscribe to the channel. But listen, where do we get started with the Ronaldo interview? I think he done it with Piers Morgan. I'll be honest, I don't know much about Piers Morgan. I don't know why people have a problem with Piers Morgan. I know he's an Arsenal fan, but other than that, listen, Ronaldo and Piers Morgan are clearly close in it. Like, we always knew that. He was always going to do an interview with him if he was going to do it with anyone. What he said, listen, for me, my initial thought is, yeah, this situation's done at United now. This seems like a goodbye interview. This seems like a situation where Ronaldo's like, you know what? This is it kind of thing. There's no going back. I saw a quote by Piers Morgan saying this situation could be resolved or whatever with United. This is it kind of thing, innit? This is now Ronaldo leaving the club. He's played his last game. There's no way back, in my opinion, kind of thing, innit? And I think as soon as you say, oh, I don't respect the manager, I know respect is a two-way thing. Like, those Ronaldo people are going to say that, but that's it. This is it now. Ronaldo, there's no coming back from this. Ronaldo should leave the club. Actually, shouldn't leave the club, but his contract should be terminated. This is what United need to do now. That's the only situation that can resolve this. And I think that's what Ronaldo was looking for in the interview. I think Ronaldo, in terms of the respect coming with Ten Hag, probably went a bit too far. And obviously, we need to know the full context of the entire clip because we haven't seen the entire thing yet. But as soon as he said that, I was like, yeah, he knows. He wants his contract terminated. And I think that was Ronaldo's main aim from the interview. In my personal opinion, he wants his contract terminated. And I'll be honest, if his contract does get terminated, which I think will, because I think Sky Sports came out and said United are looking at legal advice. As soon as I saw that, come on, man, the writing's on the wall. His contract is definitely getting terminated, in my opinion. As soon as that happened, for me, listen, it helps all parties kind of thing. Like, Ronaldo, let's be honest, needs a move. He needs it. He's at that stage in his career where he still proved last season, in my opinion, that he can still compete. 24 goals in all comps, 18 goals in the Premier League, 6 goals in the Champions League. He still can help a team. But the problem is, he still wants to help a team as a starter. At Manchester United, he's not that guy for Eric Ten Hag right now. Which is why, as I said, if Manchester United do terminate his contract, this literally helps every single party, which is why I hope it happens now. It helps Ronaldo in terms of playing time at another club, which he will get. And listen, a lot of clubs probably don't want to pay the £500,000 a week plus the transfer fee. This resolves that situation in terms of it's just going to be a transfer fee, wages. And you probably have to take a wage reduction. And then the other part, it helps Ten Hag, because let's not lie, as much as I love Cristiano Ronaldo, this entire situation with Ronaldo, or just Manchester United as a whole over the last couple of weeks, actually since the start of the season, is, yeah, Manchester United might be doing well, but Ronaldo this, Ronaldo that. Even if Ronaldo done nothing wrong, for example, at certain points of the season, it's always been about Cristiano Ronaldo kind of thing. And I think, listen, like, it's probably the perfect time to move on. Should he have left in the summer? Yeah, that would have been the best for all parties. But I think at this current stage, I think that's the best possible situation now. It literally helps every single person. And I hope it happens kind of thing, and I think it will. He's done going out in a nasty manner. I'll be honest, sending for Ralf. I can't lie, I love that kind of thing, innit? Let's not lie now. We can look back at the Ralf appointment. At that point, we were all sold a dream that was going to go into the consultancy role. That, for me as a fan at that point, did kind of make sense. But as I said, as soon as you appoint, in my eyes, I've always said this, I don't think Ten Hag is a Ralf appointment. I've always said that. I think that's a Murto appointment. But I think at this point, listen, man, Ralf was pointless. We can all admit that. The 6 or 7 months, whatever he had at United, was a complete waste of time for all parties. It didn't help Ralf in his managerial, football image at all. And it didn't help Manchester United, because we could have still finished top 4 and he didn't. That's just the harsh reality of Ralf kind of thing. Obviously, in terms of what he said off the pitch, in terms of going at everyone, that was very helpful and stuff. But listen, man, I'll be honest, I didn't have a problem with the Ralf thing. I didn't have the problem with the Rooney thing because I can't lie, everyone was thinking the Rooney thing, innit? The only problem I had from a Manchester or like me, a Bains point of view, was the Ten Hag thing. I don't think there's any way you should say that. And I think the only reason he said that is because he knows United are going to terminate his contract. There has to be some, like the way United are looking at legal advice, there has to be something in his contract where he can't do that. And I think that's why Ronaldo done it. And that's the only way he's going to get his move kind of thing. And hopefully, listen, he does kind of thing. Yeah, he was on point with some of the stuff around the club structure. That, I think, is the interview from, remember Ronaldo had an interview at the start of the year with Sky Sports, I think it was, in January. And Ronaldo said in that interview, I know the way to fix the club, but I'm not going to say it because it's not ethical for me to say it. I think Ronaldo's had a lot of this on his mind for a very long time kind of thing, isn't it? That's just my personal opinion. I think Ronaldo's had this stuff on his mind for a very long time. And I think now, listen, he's at that point where he knows he's gone. Which is why he's like, yeah, you know what? That's it, I'm gone kind of thing, innit? Let me say some of the stuff. I'll be honest, he came for the chefs. That was kind of mad to me because those are probably people on like minimum wage, arguably, some of them. And he just came for them. That was a bit mad, but listen, man, the game's the game, innit? Everyone can get it. We know as a club off the pitch, we're still miles behind the likes of Manchester City, Liverpool, and even what you said, Arsenal now, which, yeah, because they're in the title race. Pick up skills, pick up Mange. I'll be honest, what Rio said in his podcast was very good. I know a lot of people don't want to listen to Rio because of what he's done in the past with the Ronaldo situation, but Rio was spitting facts. No, but you say that, yeah, Ronaldo still has more reputation in the game than Ralf ever will. Ronaldo is still a better player than Ralf is a manager. Let's not lie to ourselves. And let's be honest, was Ralf even better than Oli last year? Uncomfortable conversations. And someone said, no, I disagree. This is deflection tactics from Ronaldo, zero accountability from him. I hear that, but then there's also a quote from Ronaldo. Well, let me get it up. He said, as Picasso said, you have to destroy it to rebuild it. And if they start with me, for me, it's not a problem. So I think he knows no matter what, United still need a big fix. I'll be honest, I don't think necessarily he cares massively about Ronaldo. United. I think, listen, he still cares about Ronaldo himself kind of thing, innit? Like, let's not lie. As much as I love Ronaldo, is Ronaldo he cares about. And listen, it's understandable. That's why you could argue he's been the player that he has been over the last couple of years. Not even the last couple, last 10 to 15 years kind of thing. But that's it. For me, I don't care if you agree with what you said. You don't do an interview while contracted to the club. People are mad at Dean. Okay, this is another thing as well, yeah, when people say, and I'm not saying you here, Miles, by the way, when people say if Pogba said this, if Martial said this, for me, listen, the situations are completely different. Whether people like it or not, you do not treat every single player / person the same. That's just a fact. And as soon as you do that, that's for me a sign of, well, not necessarily just in football terms, a poor manager kind of thing, isn't it? And I think, let's be honest, Ronaldo has got a bit of leeway from Ten Hag. Let's not lie to ourselves. But overall, Ronaldo can say stuff because he's Ronaldo. Like, he still has a massive legacy where people can act like he's been tarnished, but he hasn't. In 10, or even, let's be honest, as soon as he leaves in 2 years' time, people are still thinking about Ronaldo in 08 kind of thing, the one that won us the Champions League. People are still going to look at the good times with Cristiano Ronaldo. There might be a small proportion that are going to be sour and bitter towards Ronaldo at the end. But overall, like, let's be honest, they're all going to talk positively on Cristiano Ronaldo. The timing of the interview is another thing I want to talk about kind of thing, innit? I think a lot of people disagreed with the timing. But for me, like, what's wrong with the timing? Like, that's the way I looked at it. Listen, we beat Fulham. We beat Man City or Liverpool or something. We beat Fulham. We should be beating Fulham. It's 3.5 hours after the game. You're not really celebrating beating Fulham 3.5 hours after the game, are you? Like, you're just not. It's Fulham. Realistically, any half-decent side or any top 6 side should be beating Fulham. And we did. And I think the timing of the interview, he waited until after the season was done for United in terms of before the World Cup. That was it. I don't know why people have a problem. Like, when do you want Ronaldo to do this interview? Ronaldo did this interview because he wants to move out. He wants his contract to be terminated. I think that's what people need to realize. Ronaldo wants his contract to be terminated. Like, people are going to laugh at Ronaldo when his contract does get terminated, but people need to realize Ronaldo's probably won in terms of that aspect. He has to say it now. When else is he going to say it? We have finished all our games before the World Cup. This is the perfect time for Ronaldo to say it. That's just my thing, innit? Like, people are gonna this ain't even PR. But when do people want him to speak then? I'm sorry, there's no leeway for Ronaldo. The geezer is mad disrespectful. It was all about him walking off the pitch. The guy needs to leave. We played way better without him. And I said this. Ronaldo knows this himself in terms of he wants to leave. And like, he even said it, like, this is probably the best point in terms of both parties parting ways. Ten Hag don't want him. Ronaldo don't want to be here. Move on. It's literally as simple as that. You can't have a top player and a big personality like Cristiano Ronaldo having him on the bench. It's just never going to work. It's literally never going to work. And someone said, I just want him in the reserves until his contract ends. That's never going to happen either. Like, no matter your anger at Cristiano Ronaldo, be realistic. This is Cristiano Ronaldo. You think he's training with the reserves? You think even if Manchester United don't terminate his contract, Ronaldo's training with the reserves? He will get fined every single week before he trains with the under-21s. That's it. And someone said Ronaldo rejoining the team and he made him captain versus Aston Villa. How is Ten Hag disrespecting Ronaldo? First of all, Ronaldo saying Ten Hag disrespected him, I said this, I don't agree with it. But secondly, this is the bit where we need to see the entire context. How has Ten Hag disrespected him? For me, I don't know what people think. I thought when Ten Hag wanted to bring on Ronaldo versus Spurs, that was kind of disrespectful. Like, you can't say the week before against City, I didn't bring Ronaldo, or a couple weeks ago before against City, I didn't bring Ronaldo out of respect for his career, and then try giving 1 or 2 youth academy minutes against Tottenham. Like, there was no point at that stage. That I did think was disrespectful. Obviously, Ronaldo shouldn't have walked out. That is his fault, kind of thing, innit? Ronaldo has to take accountability of that situation. But at the same time, as I said, there's a lot more to this than what we see. I think there's also, listen, a lot of people ain't talking about this, by the way. A lot of people ain't talking about this. In the column, he said, Ronaldo said he has a 3-month-old daughter, which was hospitalized in July. That is why he could not return for preseason. And by the way, I think a lot of people need to apologize to Ronaldo for that, because people said he weren't playing because, or he weren't training because he wants to move, but he clearly had family issues. And then it said, and he felt hurt because senior executives at Manchester United doubted him. That's wrong from Manchester United, by the way. I always said it at the time, whether you like Ronaldo or not, this is family matters. You kind of just have to take it for face value. You just have to. And someone said, what are you on about? You come on and play when the manager tells you. I don't give a who you are. Nah, you don't. There's certain players, no matter what, you have to treat differently. Like, you lot can disagree with all you want. That's a sign of a good manager. If you treat players differently. As soon as you start treating players the same, that's when you have a problem, kind of thing, isn't it? He shouldn't do that interview regardless. Bains is the only player he wanted to leave. But you see this. Ronaldo knows this is probably... Ronaldo knows he's getting backlash for this. Ronaldo done this because he's trying to force United to terminate his contract. Because that's what Ronaldo wants. And that's the only way Ronaldo can leave. Ronaldo's not going to get a team to pay, let's just say, £10 million plus, let's just say, £400,000 a week. He's not going to get that at this stage. He's 37. It's like, I think he turns 30 in January, February kind of thing, isn't it? He's never going to get that. The only way he can get a move from Manchester United at the middle of the season is if United terminate his contract. And that's a fact. Like, that's why I think he done this interview. He wants his contract terminated. He is trying to be as disrespectful as possible to terminate his contract. Managers disrespect player every day, and Ronaldo way of seeing things. Manager disrespect player every day, and Ronaldo. I don't know what you mean by that. Unless I'm not reading this right. No. You see this? No, it's not. If you treat players differently, you're undermining yourself. You see, this is the biggest piece of crap you've ever seen, I've ever read. Eric Ten Hag literally has a quote saying you have to treat players different. He literally has a quote from when he was at Manchester United, so this season, about Eric Ten Hag saying that you can't treat players the same. So if you think treating players the same is the correct thing, you lot are lost. You lot are lost. Why doesn't he pay out his contract if he wants to leave so badly, though? Listen, the dad, listen, he still wants money, kind of thing. At the end of the day, money's money, kind of thing, isn't it? If United want to terminate him, or maybe he knows, like United might be at that stage where there's certain people at the club that don't want to terminate his contract. I think all want to get rid of him. Like, let's be honest, Joe Glazer, he don't want to get rid of Ronaldo. I think after yesterday, he might be forced to, but overall, he don't want to get rid of Ronaldo. Say what you want, Ronaldo still makes money for the club. He's still a massive financial asset. Like you saw it when the guy moved the Coke bottle out the way. How much, what Coke's, I think it was Coke, their shares dropped. He's different kind of thing. He's different. Cristiano made that easy for the club, the club's contract. By the way, the club made him sit outside the end of the season. Exactly. Cristiano Ronaldo, this is what people need to realize. Ronaldo made it easy for the club. That interview coming out yesterday was the best thing that's ever happened to Eric Ten Hag. It was the best thing to happen to Eric Ten Hag. Because now for me, the situation resolved. Ronaldo's contract is getting terminated. If Ronaldo didn't say anything, the situation just goes on and on. You're going to hear, for example, if we lose a game, Ronaldo should have played. If you're going to hear when Ronaldo misses a chance, if Rashford misses a chance, Ronaldo would have scored that. This interview is literally the best thing that could have happened to Eric Ten Hag. That's what people need to realize. Ronaldo's the hero we don't deserve, but the hero we need. But the hero we need. In a way, in terms of listening, he did speak out. I'll be honest, I really want to see what happens Wednesday, you know. Because I think Piers Morgan said, and I think it might be released today, that he did actually name drop the Glazers or something, innit? Let me see that. Let me actually see that. And what, like, the context behind how he name drops them kind of thing, innit? Because I think that's going to be interesting. Bains, so you believe he was being pushed out? It was the other way around. It was pushing him. Do I believe he was being pushed out? I'll be honest. I think this. Let's not lie. We saw fractions in the dressing room last year. We all did. There's a lot of play. A bit of side, by the way, in the chat as well. We've got another stream today at 8. There's a lot of people in the dressing room that probably felt, I don't know what the word is, what, inferior or something, below Cristiano Ronaldo because of what Ronaldo's done. Rightly so, because Ronaldo's above all of you kind of thing, isn't it? But that's how they probably felt, and they were probably intimidated by Cristiano Ronaldo's reputation and standards. And I think that's where, listen, there's certain players who probably did want Ronaldo to go, and maybe this is where people in the club were saying, yo, we kind of have to get rid of him kind of thing, innit? But it's interesting kind of thing. I want to see who those people were. I think Ralf wanted him out. I think that's something I'm 100% certain. And I think Ronaldo 100% knows that Ralf wanted him out, which is why he name dropped him. I came for Ralf. This, by the way, yeah, you could learn a thing or two from Ibra. First of all, you do realize Ibra also called out the club. Secondly, you know, regarding Ibrahimovic and at AC Milan, for example, a lot of AC Milan fans don't rate Ibra, by the way. A lot of them don't. But a lot of people from outside that don't watch or don't know about AC Milan week in, week out kind of thing, thinks that and Ibrahimovic is brilliant for the club. But a lot of people at AC Milan don't really rate him like that. They got manager as well. He spoke facts. He has balls. I have to give him that. Thoughts on where you will end up after all of this? It's going to be interesting. I'll be honest. I hope he don't go Chelsea. I hope he don't. I don't want to see him at Chelsea. But then the problem is, where else does he go? Of course, Sporting is a possibility, but that's only going to be with a wage cut. But I don't know where else to go. But that's where, listen, this is the benefit of now reducing or taking away that transfer fee. More clubs, in theory, should be interested in you because you have become a cheaper asset to buy. Ronaldo couldn't do this at Real Madrid. Yeah, of course. But listen, that's because Real Madrid have an incredible footballing structure. They have a big personality in Florentino Perez. That's bigger than every player. That's bigger than every manager. You can't touch Florentino Perez. I've always said it, Don Perez. You can't. Like, he's special. Like, you saw it in the Super League, man. You cannot touch Florentino Perez when it comes to football. Romano said on the accent that Ronaldo doesn't have a club yet, despite doing all of this. Yeah, but I think we all know this, though. There's no way he has a club sorted out already. But he will have a club at the end of the World Cup, in my opinion. And let's be honest, like, Chelsea will take him in a heartbeat. Graham Potter, first of all, I don't know if he's going to have a massive say in signings. And secondly, Todd Bowley wants him. Todd Bowley definitely wants Cristiano Ronaldo, and we saw it in the summer transfer window. But I'll be honest, for Chelsea, I don't think that... Like, he improved Chelsea, but Chelsea, listen, you can't have a Aubameyang, Ronaldo, and Lukaku on your books as free strikers. You can't. That's shocking for Chelsea's like squad management as a whole. Love from Miami, Statman. Big up Javier. Some things he said I like the facility, but the respect thing. Yeah, that's what I said. Like, as soon as he said that, that's when I was like, yeah, this club has to terminate his contract. So Real Madrid fans rate Ronaldo. You see this? This is one thing I always say about Ronaldo. I hate when people try rewriting history. So you're telling me Real Madrid fans don't rate Ronaldo now? Like, are you actually silly? Bains, do you believe City wanted him? City 100% wanted him. I think it's clear and obvious to see. And do you think do you believe that he's still capable to make it in the Premier now? The thing is, yeah, I always say, we have seen 6 months of Ronaldo. I think it's been 6 months of Ronaldo being crap this season. Let's not lie to ourselves. As much as I love Ronaldo, he's been crap. Like, if we're talking Ronaldo, we're talking 1 or 2 out of 10 this season. In terms of expectation for Cristiano Ronaldo. Ronaldo is a goal scorer. We judge him by goals at this point. And he's got 1 goal in the Premier or something. It has been a disappointing campaign. But at the same time, he did get 18 goals last year. And I said this, last season towards the end of it, his number 9 play did improve. Do I think he's still capable of making it in the Prem? Yes. But say if Ronaldo, for example, if Ronaldo had one entire season of this, because he's only had 6 months so far, then I'll be like, you know what? The Prem ain't for him. But I'll be honest. If Ronaldo wants to succeed and like get increased numbers, moving out the Prem is the best thing. Just go to a league less physical and you'll bag goals. Go to a league less physically demanding, you'll bag goals. Like, at the end of the day, Ronaldo will be 38 as soon as he joins the new club. Statman, did you see Dalo's tweet? I saw it, but I'll be honest, I didn't really understand it because I think it was in Portuguese and I tried translating it and it wasn't working. But apparently he's deleted it. I don't know the full context behind the tweet kind of thing. I don't think any top clubs will hate Ronaldo after this interview. It depends what you call a top club. Do you call Chelsea a top club? Like, I'm just asking kind of thing, innit? Because personally, I still do. This, man, Marcus, you know you're lying, man. Why are we acting like... Fam, no matter... This is what I say. This is what I hate. People love rewriting history with Cristiano Ronaldo. Ronaldo over the last couple of years hasn't been the same player. But the way people are trying to rewrite this history, he's closer to Neymar than he is to Messi. Stop this nonsense, man. Let's not try to rewrite this history. No matter what people think, he still goes down as one of the GOATs in sport. People want to act like Ronaldo said yesterday about the Glazers was groundbreaking, but that's what Jose, OVG... Yeah, but the thing is, as I said, Even Ralf said it, like you said it here. Even Ralf said this, but Ralf was still praised. Zlatan was praised. Jose still gets praised to this day. OVG still gets praised. No matter what, calling them out is still a good thing. And the fact that Ronaldo, listen, he's still in the club. He's still in the club. He's still employed. It is kind of big, kind of thing. I'll be honest, like I always say, the problem is, the British media are taking the Eric Ten Hag respect thing as the biggest headline. Rightly so, because that still is the biggest headline, but they're not really talking about other stuff, which is kind of frustrating. Yeah, make sure you guys like the video as well. Like the video. No, but you see this, saying Ronaldo has a point is embarrassing and proper misses the point. You can't call out the manager that overrules anything. But that's what I said. I said calling out the manager was wrong, and that's why I think United will terminate his contract. But he still made other good messages, and that message can't be missed just because you don't like the messenger right now. I think that's what I tweeted yesterday. Like, Ronaldo spoke a lot of truth, but the messenger was wrong, but the message is right. And like the video, It's gone. Ronaldo to PSG. There's no way. There's no way. Stop the cat, man. CR7 is let, and the fans will take him. Exactly. So he's still a legend at the club. This is what I'm saying. I don't get why people are rewriting Ronaldo's history. Why did Ronaldo come for Ten Hag and Rooney? He came for Ten Hag because he wants his contract terminated. Rooney, I'll be honest. Listen, man, I'll be honest. It was clear to see they don't get a look. It was clear and obvious to see over the last couple of years, even when Ronaldo was doing well last year, Rooney was still coming for him. It's clear. And I'll be honest, I don't think there was a video, like, I don't think Piers Morgan released a video to the Rooney thing yet. I think it was just in the Sun article. I want to see how he said it. I think the way people say stuff also means something, rather than just the words. Bains, I think he said a lot of right things in the interview, but I think he's discredited because he's not coming from a genuine place, in my opinion. He's only because it affects him in doing this. Yeah, I hate this, but then you could also argue Ralf only started saying stuff when it was going downhill for him. Ralf only started saying stuff when he knew he lost the dressing room. That's what I'm saying. Like, no matter what, if people think, yeah, you know what, he's not coming from the right place, you still have to look at the message. Big up, Jeff. Bro, you're rewriting history. Let's not pretend that Marcelo wasn't playing left wing where Romo was goal hanging. Ronaldo was goal hanging for like 5 straight seasons. Ronaldo adapted his game. Why are we also acting like Ronaldo weren't one of the best left wingers, out and out wingers in what, the 2013-14 season, for example? And had many, many years being the best. This is what I'm saying. Like, people love rewriting history with Cristiano Ronaldo. And I see it all the time. Nah, I'll be honest. I don't think it's banter between Rooney and Ronaldo. It's not. Rooney is more of a legend than Rooney talked about his performance. Ronaldo went after him. No. Rooney at United is definitely more of a legend for what he's done at United, but Ronaldo's still a bigger legend in football. Paying CR7 versus Rooney should be clear at Euro 2006 as well as the slave to the club nonsense. Sorry. Yeah. But let's be honest, like Sir Alex Ferguson, he was different kind of thing, and he was different. Bains, did you see what the Athletic said about Ronaldo's dream? What do you mean by this? Like, put more context. As a Chelsea fan, if he joins, they give up on the new owners. I'll be honest, I don't think he's a correct signing for Chelsea right now. He improves them, but as I said, Chelsea, by the way, are in a mess. I was looking at the squad here. I think yesterday is bad kind of thing. Like, they have a lot of players I like, individual players, But I was trying to make like a good 11 from the squad, like a good balanced 11, and I couldn't. Which is why I do feel kind of sorry for Graham Potter, even though you could argue he's getting the starting 11 wrong and some of the stuff like that kind of thing. The difference with Ralf is that people had the hope he would change the things inside the club. Ronaldo's a player and can't really change anything. No, you still can in terms of adding more pressure. Chelsea haven't improved Chelsea. How? Because he's better than Aubameyang. And who's the other striker? Broya, whoever. I swear he don't even start like that. But I think he did start the other day, I think. I swear I watched Chelsea the other day. Bains, this is just to get his I'm not buying, trying to make the club better. Not. I think it's both. Bains, hope you're good, bro. Being so busy with exams, which is why I haven't been here for a while. Hope. Big up, Matt. Big up, Matt. Yes, of course, Ralf was a bum as manager, but also knew his credentials wanted him as the. I think this is what Ronaldo was trying to get at. I don't think Ronaldo would have had a problem if Ralf went directly into the consultancy director of football, whatever role you wanted to call it, kind of thing, innit? I think Ronaldo came at Ralf because Ralf was a manager. How can let's be real? Ralf does not have the credentials to be a Manchester United manager. He just doesn't. Even as an interim, like, come on, man. Like, you weren't better than, for example, I think Ernesto Valverde was available during those times. He weren't better than, he's not a better manager than Ernesto Valverde. Even I'm pretty sure Lopetegui was on the list. I might be wrong here. There was no chance we were going to get Lopetegui as an interim, but I'm pretty sure he was on the list. Yeah, but listen, Oli didn't either. Like, we know this kind of thing, innit? We know this. I still believe to this day, Glazers put the Rangnick rooms out themselves. I'll be honest, my personal opinion, and I've already said this, I don't think Ten Hag wanted to work with him. I said this before as well. I think Carrick would have got us top 4. I still stand by that opinion. I said it last year. But the problem was, I would have kept Carrick as a manager, but it was worth keeping Ralf as the manager because we had the hope that he was going to go upstairs, and he didn't. Now, it's useless kind of thing. Let's not lie. We wasted last season. We wasted last season massively. Using the club stagnation as an excuse, he could have taken a tour of the facilities. Yeah, but let's be honest. Like, I swear that Ronaldo signing was done towards the end of the window. Oli probably just wanted him, man, as soon as possible. Ronaldo probably just wanted to play. And let's be honest. Like, he said stuff like, oh, the technology is not there. The facilities are still exactly the same. Like, come on, man. Unless you're in the club, how are you meant to know that? Even that, I'll be honest, I'm surprised. You're telling me they haven't changed anything in the swimming pool, anything. But they would have done something. Don't you think that cricket meeting between Ralf and the Glazers in India was strange? When was this? Like, I might have just completely forgot. Nah, I'll be honest. I don't think Ronaldo would have been Oli's plan, but at the same time, listen, you think Oli can say no to Ronaldo? He couldn't. And the club couldn't say no to Ronaldo because what would have been worse? Letting him go to Man City, helping him win a league title and potentially a Champions League. What's worse from a United point of view and a United fan point of view? I will still take Ronaldo coming back to United over him going Man City and helping him potentially win a Champions League or a league title. That would hurt me a lot more. Yeah, this is what I said. Like, this situation is the best thing that could have happened to United. And by Man United, I don't mean by the Glazers financially, by the way. I mean Ten Hag and Ronaldo, because this situation was resolved in my eyes. You're right, the team Oli didn't have a plan. He had big names and said, yeah, buy them. I'll be honest, I think Oli did have some sort of plan kind of thing. Like, let's be honest, Donny van der Beek was never his plan. It was clear to see. I think that's something he wanted Jack Grealish. He probably, let's be honest, wanted Declan Rice as well. I'm pretty sure he wanted Declan Rice. By the end of the day, listen, as a manager, you don't get all your targets. It never happens. Also, Fergie shouldn't get involved again. This. Oh, why? I'll be honest, there's no way Fergie gets involved. In this situation, like the perfect word is untenable. There's no going back. Like Piers Morgan might say there's a way back, and there's no going back, man. He's gone. And listen, like we all know Fergie shouldn't be getting involved in situations. And the only thing Fergie realistically should be doing is commercial, give him a couple interviews a year. He should not be getting involved in any of the footballing stuff. Like I've always said that. Like, lovely manager, lovely guy, probably for Sir Alex. But listen, man, we're in 2022. No sound. Put your volume up. There is sound. I'm pretty sure there is sound. Yeah, that proves my point. His plan was the two most taunted in town. I'll be honest, but listen, we all knew Oli wanted to build that English core kind of thing, innit? But listen, as I said, man, I'm tired about talking about Oli, man. I'm trying to be nice, man. I'm trying to be nice. Let Sir Alex do his thing kind of thing, innit? Let Sir Alex do his thing. How was Man United improved since Sir Alex left? What has Manchester United achieved in 10 years? Yeah, but we all know this kind of thing, innit? We all know this. We all know this. Like Manchester United as a whole over the last couple of years, we've done anything but progress. But hopefully that's going to change now kind of thing with Eric Ten Hag. Like I still got a lot of faith in Eric Ten Hag. I think Eric Ten Hag, the way he's handled most of the situation this year has been brilliant. And I said this the other day, like we are in a very good position in the league. I think at the start of the season, I said we're going to finish 6th. We're currently 5th, 3 points off top 4 with the game in hand. That's a brilliant start. That is a brilliant start. And I'm not happy with it, by the way. Like I still think we're going to get top 4. But from where I thought how bad we were last season, I never knew we were going to be 5th at this point. Bains, I like that you praised Ben White the other day, top player, to be honest, given the judgment he gets from certain channels. I'll be honest, man, I love Ben White right now. Like, a right back, he's phenomenal. And I said this before, he has to be starting for England in the World Cup. Randy Glaze bought a cricket club in the UAE in 2021 and then I had a meeting with Wright. Started to make sense. Listen, man, the game's the game kind of thing, innit? We all know there's bare dodgy stuff in football. We just don't know kind of thing, innit? I wonder what Keane will say now if he'll completely sell it again. I'll be honest, like Keane literally should say the exact same thing as Rio. Like Rio literally said there's no going back. Like that's it. That's literally it. There's no going back. Anyone that makes excuses now saying Ronaldo is still way back, nonsense. Absolute nonsense. Sometimes I think he's just trying to bump us. No, like I have thought of this before, you know. I have actually thought of this before. But I don't want to make those allegations kind of thing. It allows Sir Alex. You got Super Mika. I'll be honest, FPL, though, do not talk to me about FPL this year. Do not. Absolute howler this year. How to consider is Ten Hag putting him on the bench as disrespect? Is it just going to bring proof of lies or something? I don't think Ronaldo will necessarily think putting him on the bench is disrespect. But I'll be honest, like giving him cameo minutes like he was against Tottenham, that is kind of mad. I can understand why Ronaldo will be frustrated. But the game's the game kind of thing, isn't it? The game's the game. If Ten Hag had last season scored, it'll be worse. He got Casemiro Martinez. Yeah, of course it helps. But listen, like you still have to bed these players in. I always say this, like, it's very rare you get 100% of your signings correct in a window. So far, United have done very, very well. Oh yeah, so you're actually an idiot, by the way. Yo, big up Ricky, I want to know how you rate this Garnacho guy because some of your fans go a bit OTT. I said this. You see with Garnacho, and I've always said this. I don't think Garnacho is the biggest talent in the academy. I don't think Garnacho is the biggest, what do you call it, the most exciting prospect we've had. For example, let's compare it to number 11 here. I don't think he's better than Greenwood, and I don't think he's a bigger talent than Greenwood. I've always said that. But the thing that makes Garnacho so special, and the way I praise him so much, is because everything I've seen in the academy, you've been able to do in first team football. That for me is very rare. His mentality to making that step up, and let's be honest, he don't look out of place most games. He plays his game. That is very, very rare and something you don't really see, which is why I'm like, raw. This step up, I did not expect. I did not expect that step up from Garnacho. But he's still a good player. I said, when you look at a winger, Garnacho, like for a lot of other wingers, we have this excuse: we need player X playing, we need player Y playing to make them work. With Garnacho, you don't need anyone. You can see Garnacho is a good winger for himself. He is performing in men's team football so far, and he don't need player X to make him tick, to unlock him. And that's for me a very, very good sign when I see a winger. And listen, he gets the ball, he wants to drive at people, he wants to take people on, he wants to go on the outside, he can go on the inside. That's a very, very good sign. Bains is always going to defend this guy, even though this season. Yeah, but I've said we had been better without Cristiano Ronaldo. It's not rocket science. The numbers prove it, which is why I said, like, this is what I hate about, for example, the Ronaldo situation. People said last year, for example, we're a better side without Ronaldo. We weren't. We didn't win a game without Cristiano Ronaldo. This year, we are a better side with Cristiano Ronaldo. The numbers prove it. Like, there is no debate about it, kind of thing. There's certain situations where I look at maybe, for example, the Newcastle game, I think we were level. I thought that was a point where Ronaldo probably could have stayed on, even though I don't think he was good that game. There's certain situations where I felt like that. But overall, we have been a better side with Cristiano Ronaldo. Thoughts on Bruno so far? I said this, you see on Bruno, I don't think people are fair on Bruno Fernandes. I've always said this, like, remember a couple of weeks ago when everyone was saying Bruno Fernandes, for example, was the problem in our attack? And now, after the Aston Villa game, people are finally seeing, we need Bruno Fernandes in the side. I've always said this, that when people blame one player for entire defense or a midfield or attack, that's when I know they're wrong. Bruno Fernandes is a very good player, whether people like it or not. Yesterday, in the first half, I think he created 2 or 3 big chances. He was very good in the central areas. On the right side, I said, I like him. I like Bruno on the right, but the problem is you take away so much of Manchester United when you move Bruno on the right. But I think Bruno Fernandes, especially over the last couple of weeks, has been a lot better. Hey, Matt, we talk soon. That's what I've always said. I don't think Garnacho is the biggest talent. No. As I said, I'm not saying he's a better player than Sancho. Never said that. But I'm saying when you look at Garnacho, he has the pace, he has the ability to say plays on. As a fan, that's always going to be more eye-catching to watch. They're 2 completely different forwards kind of thing, innit? And there's going to, like, yesterday was a game that you bring on a Garnacho. There's going to be certain other games where teams are sitting back where maybe Garnacho's not the right guy, and Sancho. You just have to take it by game basis. But as I said, I think Sancho's getting too much hate right now. Even though I was probably one of the first people to get onto Sancho. Right now, I think the hate's too much. I missed all the Ronaldo news World Cup. I saw 1,000 fake quotes. I'll be honest, that was kind of funny. That was kind of funny. Like some of the... I prefer not to speak, actually. This is why you're my guy, Bains. Big up. If Bruno cuts out to Hollywood, then he's good, but he keeps doing it. He has been doing it less so over the last couple of weeks. I think yesterday, obviously, for the goal, a lot of people are going to blame me in terms of he kept the ball in. Malacia made a mistake for that goal, for the Fulham goal. Malacia should not have committed. You knew Bruno Fernandes was in an awkward position. He was never going to get that ball. He weren't going to get that ball with conviction kind of thing. There was a very high chance that Bruno was going to lose the ball in. And it's not Bruno's fault. The ball across to him was poor. As soon as Malacia has to see it and drop. Why Malacia committed? You just left the entire side open kind of thing, innit? Do you think we can get into a title challenge this season? No. I'll be honest, I worry for us after the Christmas break or the World Cup break. Just because we do have a lot of players going to the World Cup. Saka benched. Pepe's Garnacho bench. Sancho. We'll see, you know. Not gonna lie, I still doubt his decision making in the final third, but we'll see more time pass. I think you're talking about Garnacho, and that's understandable. Like, you're still 18. I always say, like, Garnacho is gonna have bad games. He will have a lot of bad games this season when he plays. But the problem is, it's not a problem, but he's young. He's gonna learn from him, kind of thing, isn't it? He's gonna learn. You just have to give him time. But I always say, like, with players like Garnacho, for example, I've seen a lot where I'm like, yeah, I'm positive on Garnacho. There's certain other players where I'm like, maybe like a Donny van der Beek, where I'm like, I'm not seeing enough of what he can produce in a United shirt, which is why I'm a bit more on the brink of, yo, if you don't step up, I want you out, kind of thing. The hate is justified based on what you guys did to Pepe. No, I'm not saying like Arsenal opposition fans, by the way. I'm saying United fans. Like, United fans think Sancho's a crap player all of a sudden. But a couple weeks ago, everyone's back in Sancho. Is Sancho going to get back to his form? Guy needs some games in the Bundesliga again. It depends, man. It depends. I'll be honest. I said it. I don't think he's ill. And I think I said it last week. Like, for me, Ten Hag's completely taking him out the firing line kind of thing. Because let's be honest, when Sancho weren't playing, you weren't really affecting games. You just have to say, Sancho, come back during this World Cup break when we're going to play Cadiz, Robetis, and regroup. What did you think about Van der Beek? Van der Beek. He frustrates the living day out. That's what I think of Van der Beek. Because I look at Van der Beek and I'm like, yes, you're a good player, but come on, man. Like, you still have to be doing a lot more to affect games yourself. And I think, listen, Ten Hag's comment was very good in terms of the Donny van der Beek loan thing. He kind of said, yo, Donny van der Beek, fix up this season or you're gone. Or, like, there's a possibility that you could go. There's no loan. This is it for Donny van der Beek. We have a manager that's going to give you chances. Ten Hag has given him chances. He hasn't taken any so far. But all I said is, I look at Donny van der Beek, I just don't think he's that guy when you compare him to Bruno. For this current transitional phase in the United, you much rather have someone like Bruno. I've always said this, Donny van der Beek's best asset is his off-the-ball movement. Brilliant at that. Like, people comparing to Thomas Muller, who's arguably the best in the world at that. But the problem is, when you look at off-the-ball movement, Bruno's not that far behind in terms of that asset. Which is why I'm like, what other stuff does Donny van der Beek bring to this United side right now? And that's the frustrating thing. Bolton they hate so far. I think his improvements have been a bit hyperbolic, to be honest. I'll be honest, he's been better. I've always said this, like, with the De Gea thing, like, everyone knows my thoughts on De Gea last season. I thought that was it, kind of thing. I was like, nah, there's no chance that you're going to improve. The fact that he's even improved a lot or some has surprised me, I'll be honest. But as I said, I still think there's still levels when you compare De Gea to Costa or Alisson, which is why I still think we should let him go. But I'd be very surprised by De Gea's improvement so far. I'm not even going to lie, which is why I say fair enough. What do we do with Belanga? He's not good enough for us. Would you... This is, by the way, Ten Hag made the mistake. Obviously, we won the game yesterday, but Ten Hag should have never taken off Belanga. But for now, I'll keep him as a squad player. But I'll be honest, I'm liking the look of Amad Diallo, by the way. Amad Diallo in his loan, interesting. And I want to see Amad Diallo more in central areas, kind of thing. Because I think he has a future as a number 10 potentially. Yeah, I saw this. This made me laugh. He doesn't even play. Was everyone so critical? To be honest, you know what it is here? I think the Donny hate comes... There's a large proportion of this fan base that hate Bruno Fernandes, in it. And they say Donny van der Beek's better than Bruno. He's better on the eye and all of that nonsense kind of thing. But let's be honest, he's not. And that's why I think Donny gets so much hate. But I think that's just United as a whole kind of thing, isn't it? Like, you're looking at with Ronaldo and Martial, for example. Ronaldo fans probably hate Martial. Martial fans probably hate Ronaldo. And just everyone kind of thing, innit? Someone said, you still backing Ronaldo? You can't be serious. What's the start of the thing? I said his contract has to be terminated. You see, I'm not going to lie. Big up Malacia. Like, fair play to Malacia. Like, he played a right back. He struggled yesterday. But there was a part of the game where I was like, you know what? Wan-Bissaka improves us down the right-hand side, you know. Understandably, just because he's a natural right footer. Malacia struggled yesterday big time. He struggled. Why isn't Palestra on loan? I think he's leaving the club. I don't think there's no more loans. Like, his loans have been useless. Well, I think, let me look at this quickly. His loans at Alaves were some of the most useless things ever. I think he played 12 games, was it? Let me just double check. Yeah, so Malacia in his, Palestra in his 2 years at Alaves made 11 starts in the league. He got a grand total of 0 goals and 0 assists. Interesting. But I'll be honest, like, there is something in Palestri, by the way. Like, I know a lot of people like have given up on him, and I've given up on him at United, but I do think he does have certain good qualities about it. Like, when you watch him for Uruguay, I look at him and I'm thinking, yeah, you're a decent player. Maybe not Manchester United level, but there's still a decent player in it. And let's be honest, he hasn't really had the perfect development over the last couple of years. Malacia gives nothing in attack. Yeah, yesterday he didn't really give us much, but I said this. The other day in the Carabao Cup, Malacia against Aston Villa, I thought that was Malacia's best game going forward in a United shirt. Bruno's profile is perfect in terms of routine and generally focus of game goals. Probably the best player in terms of ball striking and creativity. Creativity, man. I always say you might not like the way Bruno creates, but he creates. EWB is a liability going forward. Yeah, I'll be honest, I could understand why, but I'm just like, I hate left footers being a right back kind of thing, especially in a fullback area, like opposite footers. I just think the angles are completely different, especially for a left footer playing right back. Let's be honest, Malacia's probably barely ever played right back. Or even like, if we're looking at a lot of left footers, they barely play right back. But you might see more often a right back play left back. He's better than Alanga. I want to see more of Palestri. But you could argue Alanga probably has better physical attributes. Like pace, explosiveness, and all of that stuff. Like, he was... Like, our front four was a threat yesterday. Before, obviously, Ten Hag. Ten Hag made a sub and bring on McTominay too early. Like, I always knew that sub was going to come in terms of moving Bruno out wide, but I think he made it in the 55th minute. I thought that was wrong. But obviously, he's lucky it paid off at the end because we won. Yeah, it was funny. Big up Harry's gone actually looked last night. What I thought Sancho could be. 2 different plays, isn't it? 2 different plays. Time to ban out Anatovic. What does he create? This, I said it, man. Like, factually, he creates. You might not like the way Bruno creates, but he creates. Yeah, Bruno's second half was useless, but the first half he was very good. You're talking about creativity. Bruno created 2 or 3 big chances in the first half. I think one for, was it Martial or Rashford? Another one for Eriksen. Bruno's at fault for the goal for Fulham. He was partly at fault. Listen, we lost the ball in Fulham's half. The ball still has to travel all that distance. You can't just blame Bruno Fernandes completely for that goal. It was just a bunch of stuff that we did wrong. Bruno probably could have done better keeping the ball in. Malacia shouldn't have moved. Shaw back post, I think he was. You could argue maybe Lindelof should have done better blocking across. Can't I? We needed more in centre mid when the sub was made, but it didn't work out. Yeah, I hear it. Those will count as one was across. Yeah, so he still created though. Big up Rohit. Having a stinky FPO. And now, listen. Let me not talk on FPO, man. Let me not talk. I can't be giving advice with my ranking so low this year. In my opinion, people need to let Garnacho develop all this hype. He's going to hurt him long term. He's still 18. But to be honest, I said this at the start of the year when we were talking about Garnacho. Like Garnacho went from like, what was it, like 100,000 followers to like 1.2 million in like 3 months. And I'm just like, that was not warranted kind of thing for young lads. But obviously it came because he was doing Ronaldo celebration and all of that stuff. He was getting the fame. But in terms of ability, it might have got to him because he was turning late to training as well. But I think now he has a good coach in Eric Ten Hag that will keep him grounded. Eric Ten Hag's handled the Garnacho situation well. And I think now it's kind of paying off for Garnacho. Apparently he turns up on time and early for training. I think Martinez apparently has treated him like a little brother. I think that's good. Dan James was cooking on the left-hand side. I'll be honest, I don't think Martinez was great. I think it was a time where I think Vinicius turned him. And I think there was a time where, listen, it's understandable, Dan James literally burst past him. But I think obviously he saw at times Martinez's quality on the ball, which he always do. McNeil needs to go on. I'll be honest, I'd be very surprised if Charlie McNeil makes it at United. You left one of them, man. That stuck with all the Liverpool assets. Captain said over harder. I'll be honest, I did stick with my Liverpool assets for long. I did. Salah, I think. Oh, you know what's annoying? I think I took out Salah before the Tottenham game and he scored 2. I need Iqbal to play, man. He needs that hype, in my opinion. Yeah, I'll be honest. This has surprised me. I thought we would have seen more of Zidane Iqbal. Especially after I thought he had a positive preseason. I thought he had a very, very positive preseason, which is why I'm like, I thought he would have played more. Yeah, to be fair, he caught up well, but I was surprised the way that time Vinicius got onto him. But I think Bruno even commented like, yo, you need to work on your pace or something under his Insta post, which is funny. Bruno's funny like that. Because I think, was it that time when Bruno came after Scott McTominay as well? When I think Scott McTominay was showing his like 6-pack, and then what was it? Like Bruno said something like work on the ball or something. Bains' thoughts on that. Ain't seen him. Yeah, I'll be honest, I ain't seen him much other than a couple comps. But the thing is, yeah, like on comps, on the transition, he looks rapid kind of thing. Innit? He looks like a transitional monster. But I want to see him more when he's facing up against low blocks and stuff. But if you're good in transition, you're always going to have assets or attributes that are going to make you useful for a Premier League side. And I'll be honest, right now, I'm not really going to doubt Mikel Arteta and Arsenal's talent ID. I think he's earned that respect. Just like Jurgen Klopp has at Liverpool. Yeah, I don't think Iqbal's like talented than Cole Maynard kind of thing, innit? But I'm just saying, I thought he would have played a bit more. Nah, but let's not lie, yeah, Bruno is better than Scott McTominay on the ball. He has every single right to say that. And when he said about, yeah, that I'll be honest, that I didn't like by Bruno. I don't think you have to say the Garnacho attitude thing. Like, I appreciate the honesty, but some things in my eyes you just keep behind closed doors. Ten Hag spoke on it. Just let Ten Hag speak on the player like that. Especially he's a young player kind of thing, like Garnacho. But I don't think Bruno meant it in a bad way. But he should be knowing better. You think Potter survives until May? Yes. Bust. Like, I think Chelsea fans will get on to Potter. I still think it was the correct appointment. But it's tough. As I said, like, I don't think Chelsea have a balanced 11 that they could pick. But the problem is with, what do you call it? Graham Potter, you are not trying to pick the correct 11 at all. Your team lineups, even though I think it's tough, have been wrong. But as I said, you're still a new manager coming into a new club. You're going to make mistakes. I picked McTominay over Bruno. Nah, if we could only sign a 4-2 in January, are you taking a striker and a right back or a striker and a centre mid? Striker. I'm taking a striker. I'm taking a right back. Oh, but I do want a centre mid though. I'm going to say striker and right back for now. But that's just because we need competition. Not even competition. Just in case Dalot gets injured, what do? We're not playing. We can't play Malacia at right back for like 2 or 3 games in a row. We're going to struggle. He didn't win any World Cup watch-alongs. Probably not. I'll be honest. I'm at uni for some of the World Cup games and stuff, innit? So I don't know how it's gonna be. I need to fully like go through the times and stuff. But hey, Portugal games I might, because you know me, like this man right here, we're trying to win it. A few weeks anyway. Players. I'll be honest. I hope Portugal win it, but I'll be honest. I don't rate them at all. I rate the squad, but I don't know, man. Thoughts on Nunes picking up form? I'm not surprised. Nunes is a good player. Like Nunes is a very good player. Like people can laugh all you want. He's effective, and his overall like link up play and stuff over the last couple of games hasn't been too bad. Like you might not like how Nunes plays on the eye, but he's effective. He's a chance magnet. I've always said that. He's missed a couple big chances this year, but he's always in the right place. Like those sort of players will just get opportunities. They will. And I said it, he has the physical attributes, he has the pace. He's fine for the Prem. He's literally fine for the Prem. Bains on his World Cup prediction, win his biggest first player of the tournament. You see this? I need to go through this completely. Because initially I was looking at Germany thinking maybe like a Musiala, young player of the tournament kind of thing, Gnabry Golden Boot. But I think Germany's run to the final is very hard, isn't it? I feel it's tough. I'll be honest, Germany are my underdogs though for this tournament. I don't know if you call Germany underdogs, but I really want them to do well. Winners though, I'll be honest, I don't actually think it'll be Brazil or Argentina. Like, I think, don't get me wrong, them two are probably the favourites, but you know when the team's like favourites by that much, I just don't think it'll be them. You know what? I'm going to back Germany this tournament. I'm going to say Germany winners. Biggest flops, I'm going to say... I'll be honest, I think France without Pogba. And player of the tournament... I love it to be Musiala. I think it'll be Neymar. I think Neymar will be player of the tournament, but I don't think Brazil will win it. But they will definitely get far. You think of England? I'll be honest, with England, I don't think they have a very good chance in terms of like the actual like team, but their run could actually be half decent kind of thing to the around the semis kind of thing. But I don't think England have a chance. There's just so much wrong with the England side, and I just don't trust Gareth Southgate enough. Yeah, to be honest, Holland could be a surprise package as well. Because let's be honest, they have one of the best managers in the tournament in Louis van Gaal. They have a good play. They have good players. You never know. This could be the tournament that Memphis Depay does well. Because Memphis Depay for Holland normally performs very, very well. Brazil win it, but they're by far the best side. Yeah, I don't know, man. Like there's something about me when the team's hyped so much. I don't know if they're winning. What's your top four for the end of the season? It depends on January, because if Newcastle spend and they get one or two players in, Newcastle getting top four. Like by the way, Newcastle's form shouldn't be a surprise. I said this last season. Newcastle's form last season from February was like the second or third best in the league behind Man City, I think it was, and Liverpool. Like, say what you want, the balance is there. They've missed St. Maximin for parts of the season. They missed Alexander Isaac. Imagine adding those two back into the team. They're a good team. Like, they are a very, very nice team. And that's something I've been very surprised with. I've been surprised with how quickly or how ahead Newcastle are in the project right now. Top three youth players right now. United, Kobe Mainu, Shea Lassie, and third one. Ooh, that's a tough one. I need to think about the third one. See, I love Isaac Hansen kind of thing, innit? But I don't think he's done extremely well this season. It's tough. Brazil fullback's got me stressed. Yeah, that's probably the weakest. But I said it, like, if you look at every other like nation, they probably have like holes in the game kind of thing, innit? They definitely have holes in this game. I think, like, don't get me wrong, I really, really like the look of Argentina, but I think Lo Celso is a massive miss for Argentina, by the way. Lo Celso in the Argentina midfield provides a nice balance in terms of what he can bring. And I think now he's injured, let's see who replaces him kind of thing. I think João Felix tonight. I said this here. I know people are going to kill me. I like João Felix as a player, but I don't think he's the right signing for Manchester United. We need a goal scoring number 9. João Felix is not that. And when I look at João Felix, I think the only position you can blame this United side is number 10, and then you're replacing Bruno. We don't need to replace Bruno just yet. We need a striker. We still need another midfielder. We need a right back. And then you can worry about the likes of Bruno, for example, kind of thing, innit? But for now, nah. And I said this, like, João Felix also has to take responsibility. Nah, trust me, Lo Celso is actually good, you know. Yeah, like, for the balance of the midfield, he's actually very, very good. Do you rate Harvey Elliott? Yeah, I do. I was looking at Liverpool's ball progression numbers the other day, and I think Harvey Elliott was like top 3 for Liverpool. I think there's a player in there. Liverpool's hate. I'll be honest, I still think Liverpool do get top 4. I think after the World Cup, I expect Liverpool to kind of bounce back strong. Because I don't think they have many players going to the World Cup or that are actually going to play. I think Salah's not in the World Cup. Thiago's not in the World Cup. Alisson's a keeper, so it don't really matter. Trent, we don't know how much he's going to play. Van Dijk will play. Konate, we know, might not play. Matip's not going to play. Who else? Joe Gomez ain't in the squad. Midfield, Fabinho's not really going to play. So they do have a lot of black players not going to the World Cup kind of thing. Firmino's not in the squad either. But he's still making top 4. I still think they will. Opinions of Conte. Listen, say what you want about Conte, and I know I always get killed for this. He's getting results. Conte gets results, whether people like it or not. Like, they're through in the Champions League. They're in a very good stage in the league where Tottenham like 4th or something. They won the other day. Yeah, the football might not be pretty, but that's not what you judge Conte on. You judge him on the results. The only thing I say Tottenham fans have to be disappointed was the Carabao Cup. I said it. Like, that's the competition they have to be targeting, especially when you're looking at the competition right now in terms of Man City are facing Liverpool now in the next round. United are still winning. Chelsea are out. Arsenal are out. It could have been a decent opportunity for Tottenham kind of thing, but that's Tottenham for you. Thiago didn't make it, but Gavi did. I'll be honest here. I like Gavi, but people, as soon as he won that award, like the best young player, might have an agenda against him. Like, I like him, but he's not better than Thiago. And Thiago should be in the squad. But we know Luis Enrique don't really favour him. Yeah, this is also true. Tottenham definitely missed it. Like, Kulusevski, different gravy. Like, how old is he? I swear he was like 22, 23. Let me see. He's 22. His decision making for a 22-year-old is ridiculous. Like, his decision making, by the way, and like pass that shot / dribbling choice in the final third is up there with the best in the league. Like, he's ridiculous. And you know Tottenham's biggest weakness is creativity, and he brings that. Like, even that day that he came on, what game was it? Where I think he got an assist after like 5 minutes. He's different. He's different. And you look at Kulusevski, for example, and you don't say, yeah, he has lightning, quick pace. He's effective, though. Sanchez should have won it. Okay. Nah, for me, it's Musiala. Oh, by the way, we need to have a conversation on Musiala quickly before I wrap this up. I don't think people hyping Musiala enough. I don't. Like, I know I'm always talking about him, but what Musiala is doing right now is ridiculous. Like, he, for me, has been Bayern Munich's best player this year, alongside Leroy Sané. I think he's been brilliant. And the defense. But in the league right now, he has 9 goals and 6 assists. Like, say what you want. In Europe this season, he has been top 10 best players on form. And hopefully he has a good World Cup. Because he's just ridiculous. Like, I was thinking this here. Like, you can say Bundesliga all you want, but he's doing it in the Champions League. He's done it in the Champions League. We are talking about a very, very special talent that just doesn't get his flowers. Or enough people talk about it. Who's ringing the door now? I expect someone opens the door. Musiala is on the same level as Bellingham. Been saying that for a while. I think Musiala is a level above Bellingham. Like, Musiala for me is in the conversation with. Like, I personally think he's better than Pedri, but I think he's in that conversation. He's that good. Like, there's not many youngsters I put above him, if any. Like, the only real youngsters we're looking at is probably like Erling Haaland and them, not kind of thing, innit? But I look at them in like a category above. But in terms of how effective Musiala has been for Bayern Munich, it is ridiculous. And even he scored a brilliant offside goal the other day, by the way. It was offside, but his ball manipulation, ridiculous. I've not seen anything like it. And he's only 19. Like, how can your two managers be Julian Nagelsmann and Hansi Flick? He's going straight to the top. He's going straight to the top. By the way, Nagelsmann, people don't praise him enough. People don't praise Bayern enough. Their defense, call me crazy, and people did last time. Upamecano is brilliant this season. Lucas Hernandez is brilliant this season. Like, that's one of the best centre-back partnerships in Europe right now. Upamecano, even the game they played the other day, I think it was against Schalke, was it? Ridiculous. And you don't know, I criticized this guy last year, but in terms of his defensive positioning this year, he's been up there. Massively improved. One of Bayern's most improved players this year. Yeah, Gravenberch hasn't played as much, though. That's been a problem. He's going through Bains, PSG, or Bayern. Bayern 100%. Like, I am 99% sure Bayern go through. I think Bayern have a better defense. I think Bayern have a better midfield. Obviously, attack is PSG, let's not lie. What's Musiala good at? What's his speciality? Listen, Musiala's speciality could be anything. We're talking in terms of dribbling, his ball manipulation in the final third, his defensive work rate for an attacker, by the way, I always look at that, impressive. His passing, his positioning, his versatility. You can't hate on Musiala. Like, I swear they call him like Bambi or something, just because like his balance in tight situations is crazy. Yeah, I have watched a couple of Napoli games. They do look good. They do look good. The thing is, Bayern don't blow teams the way PSG did. Yeah, but I'll be honest, I don't rate I still think PSG struggle in midfield, and I think Variety's out in the first leg from memory. Defensively, I don't think PSG are all that. Like, people praise PSG at the start, but there's still a lot of holes in that PSG team. Or as a team, they still haven't clicked fully, you could argue. And you're looking at Bayern Munich. Listen, this break came at the wrong time for Bayern Munich. They're actually kind of sorting themselves out. Even like Choupo-Moting. Choupo-Moting, by the way, is ridiculous this season. Like, he has actually been very, very good. His link-up play, scoring goals. Some may say he's been better than Lewandowski this season. Or Bayern fans do anyway, as a joke. Vlahovic, Osman for us. I think Osman is an interesting one. I think Osman suits us more. But there's something about Vlahovic that I just love. The interview comes out on Wednesday, and I think it should be out on Piers Morgan's YouTube channel or something, innit? Or there'll be clips flying about anyway. Wednesday and Thursday at 8 o'clock UK time. Crowd is the Haaland tier of youngsters. See, I need to see more of him to make that statement. But I haven't really seen many weaknesses in his game. I'm going to say Musiala just because I've seen him more. Yeah, like this is what I'm saying. Like, people might not rate Bayern Munich just because they're not the same side they have been over the last couple of years. But as a side, and you're looking at what they're producing this year, very, very good. I think PSG smashed them. That front three scary. Maybe. But we saw the game that Lucas Hernandez had against PSG last time. Like, I think it'll be a very, very competitive game, but I think Bayern will win. Yeah, there's more clips coming out today. It's Musiala, a better version of Havertz. They're different players. Different players. But anyway, listen, I'm going to wrap this up. I got a show with Saeed today on the channel at 8 o'clock, which should be good because me and him always go back and forth with the Cristiano Ronaldo situation. But make sure you guys like the video, comment your thoughts, subscribe to the channel. Can't lie, I need to do more of these, where I'm just sitting alone and I can talk to the chat. But I just need more time. A big up everyone, and I'll be back today at 8.